All right, good afternoon, good evening, good midday, wherever you're watching, and good morning for some of you if you're watching, joining along with us on the U.S. West Coast to the watch along here on Saved by the Bellerin. I'm going to be really quick. Here are my cohorts, Ryan and Sam. Welcome, gentlemen. They're about to kick off at Goodison Park, so I'm going to shut up and turn my audio down. But I guess we can keep the chatter on low. I guess the big news, if you're just joining us, haven't had a chance to look at the lineup. No Aubameyang today. Apparently he's picked up an injury somewhere along the line, is not available today. So an already hamstrung Arsenal squad. Further so, obviously no Gabriel because of his red card midweek against Southampton. What do you look for, gentlemen? I'll start with you, Sam. Compromised lineup, again, by red cards, by injuries, by frailties. What do you want to see today?
I just want to see a decent performance, to be perfectly honest. Obviously, the guys have done okay to a certain extent. Could be a lot better. But I think for me, I want to see us keep 11 on the pitch for once.
Okay. You've got to begin at the beginning, right?
Yeah. I'd like us to go back to basics. I think David Luiz being back is a big plus because he can lead this team on the pitch. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens. But I think with some absentees from Everton today, it could benefit us. But I've got a sneaky suspicion that we're going to get something out of this game.
Just to mention the way we've just lined up on the pitch there, it looks like a back four with Saka in the middle. Where he's in the centre of midfield, which is different.
All right. Gentlemen, I'm going to touch on something very quickly. A little, stuttering start again. We've seen it match after match after match. But before Gabriel's red card, there was some real life in those opening 15 minutes from Arsenal in the second half when they drew even on Wednesday, and Saka made a run. And as we've heard them talk about the need for an attacking midfielder and a creative midfielder. And I think we saw it right there. It was just anybody took a step forward and was able to get, beat a man and make a run. Everything opened up for this club. Ryan, how can they replicate that today? Or try to replicate that today?
Just playing with confidence. Just play with confidence. Just try and do something, right? It's hard to.
Apologies.
It's all right.
It's just it's hard to explain. They just need to play with confidence and believe in what they're doing because they haven't done for the last few games.
Let's talk about that, Sam, because Theo Walcott, who was on this club a long time, came from Southampton, back at Southampton, made the remark after the match that he sensed a lot of fear in the squad. Are they just tight? Is that a big part of what we're seeing? They're just not, as Ryan said, they're not a very self-confident bunch at the moment.
Yeah, it seems to take a certain phrase from a Arsenal great, playing with the handbrake on. With the fear within the side, you can see that it's there, but what they need to do is to fight through that, face your fears, and really move forwards. Because if they sit there in self-pity, then there's a real chance of us potentially getting relegated. But it's a long way until the end of the season now. They just need to find that inner belief and really fight through this difficult phase.
All right. They're pushing a press early on. And it seems that there's two men up top. I'm seeing Willian and Saka doing a lot of the running. Formationally, what did they? I didn't get a chance to look at the lineup, but how are they deployed, Ryan, early on?
I don't know. It just keeps changing. At the moment, it's a back four with Saka and Nene Sabas in midfield, but then it changes when we defend into a back three with Saka as the left wing back. So it's fluidly changing. As you can see now, Saka's that left wing back with Tierney behind him. So it changes every time we get, whether we have the ball without it.
Yeah, I see what you see there. It looks like a back three right now. And I'm a few seconds behind you.
What? I don't understand how Ceballos has been so reactionary to Richarlison coming inside. He was so far away from him. It'll be interesting to see with this, with William being on the left-hand side, because that was his favoured position when he was over at Chelsea. Be interesting to see if we actually get a performance out of him today.
Now, second match in a row where we've got Maitland-Niles on the right and Bellerin out. How much of that is down to Maitland-Niles earning his spot, and how much of that is, you think, is disappointment in the manager with one of his veterans? Either one of you, take that.
I think Ainsley's earned his position. Most definitely over the last couple of games. But equally, Bellerin has massively let down Arteta in his performances because they have been so subpar of late. It's a difficult one. But sorry, bear with me 2 seconds.
Not a problem. Ryan, we talked about this on the pod a lot, that at some point Arteta probably should go with the kids, and I'm looking at this lineup and realizing he kind of snuck them in on us, but he's going with the kids. Part of that, again, is red cards and injuries, but here's Saka, here's Maitland-Niles, here's Nketiah. He's, as much as he can, he's mixing them in.
Yeah, I think these players have all earned their position now. So I don't think he's just throwing them in because the others aren't good enough. They've earned it. Eddie scores goals for fun in the Europa League. Saka has probably been our most consistent performer in 2020. And Maitland-Niles has just shown throughout this season and towards the end of last season that he's more than capable of playing for our first team. So it's not like Arteta's just gone, oh, I'm going to throw these kids in because there's no one else. They've earned it, so. Everton playing 4 centre-backs.
Yes. That's that. I heard that, and I was going to bring that up for comment, but their back four is 4 center backs. Does that offer any vulnerabilities to your eyes?
Yeah, going forward for them. their centre backs aren't going to want to overlap their wingers, are they? If you think about it, they're not going to want to get forward because they're going to be scared of being caught going the other way. So we might be able to exploit that, especially with Tierney and Saka down left and Holgate and Iwobi on that side. I think we might be able to attack that side a lot better. It would have been better if we had Aubameyang, but beggars can't be choosers.
No, and that was from what I see, a quadricep injury. Hopefully, that's not going to be a serious one, a long-term one.
He actually posted on Instagram about 10 minutes ago saying he's out today. Hopefully, he'll be back soon.
Okay. Now, quick question. I haven't done the math on this, but how far along? When Thomas Partey re-injured himself, we heard 5 to 7 weeks. Are we 2 weeks into that timetable now? 3 weeks? I forget. I think we're 2 weeks into that.
Yeah.
Trying to game out when we might see him. I'm thinking middle of January.
Something like that.
Yeah.
I see loads of people saying that Rob Holding has earned the captain's armband. What? How is Holding?
I don't know. I'd give it to David Luiz or Kieran Tierney above him for starters. But
I'd give it to probably half the squad just in front of him. Saka, I know he's only young, but Saka, El Nene, Tierney, Luiz, even Leno.
And they're trying to challenge them with the long balls to Pepe, see if they can get a mismatch.
Who's at their left back? Is it Godfrey?
Yeah.
He's turned around, yeah.
He's right-footed as well, isn't he? So Pepe might be able to. See, that's maybe Pepe should be on the left and Willian down the right because
we might see Godfrey
them switch. Yeah, take Godfrey down the wing on his left, on his weaker side. Christmas is going to be boring, isn't it, lads? Well, I mean, maybe not for Raf. For us, it's going to be.
Oh, mine's going to be very, very. I'm hunkering down.
Boris has just put London into lockdown, like full lockdown.
Well, people are taking their chances, but I know several people who took chances over our Thanksgiving holiday and got COVID. So. I think people are seeing the results, at least locally, of that. That a lot of folks, really all over the country, ignored it, and then the numbers have exploded. And I think people are fearful that a lot of people will do that again over the Christmas holidays. But everybody I know is. I was talking to people about traveling for this because we have a long break. I have a long break, but we're all staying home, so.
Just want to put out there this game's boring me already.
I was just thinking that this is so dull.
It's a good pass.
We've missed that kind of passing from David Luiz, to be honest.
Yeah, forward passing from the back.
But they look, again, I don't want to say fearful, but they look very cautious. Like they don't want to. They've been caught up so often. I don't think they're very guarded when they come forward. Almost too much so. But this is a very defensive package. We've got El Nene and Ceballos in the middle. And as you guys have said countless times, that's not a speedy midfield.
Well, I don't think it's going to be as exposed because we've got three at the back. So I think this formation, as much as it limits us going forward, it doesn't expose us as much going backwards.
True.
It kind of like negates our lack of mobility.
Are you absolutely sure here? How the hell have we failed to take... What is going on with our throw-ins? Like, it's either Bellerin taking foul throws or Maitland Niles not being able to bloody throw the ball to one of our players.
As much as we scream about it, or we screamed for it, they really took a giant step backwards when they left the 3-4-3 and tried to run 4-3-3.
It's very evident. You take Partey out of that midfield, and it's nowhere near good enough.
Yeah, well, the goals that they conceded suddenly went way up because they were among the league leaders in goals conceded when they were in that. We said, well, maybe now it's time to be more venturesome, but the goals didn't come, and the goals allowed went way up. So, and I've seen this. I mean, in my classroom where I let kids, I think they're ready to take a step forward, and they actually fall. They get scared and they fall down. And I'm wondering if this is a frail bunch, and they weren't ready for it.
That was closer than it looked.
Yeah. Just looking at that, look at our two centre midfielders. They've just parted the way for him. It's like, if he continued running, they'd have to chase after him. It's like, go on, mate. Just, you've got all the time in the world. Have it.
What? I'm not seeing this, but Willian is in the centre of midfield, isn't he?
He's playing a lot centrally. Yeah, he's drifting to center a lot.
So are we playing a 4-2-3-1 with Willian as the number 10 and Saka on the left?
When we have the ball, it seems.
I have no idea.
I'm so
they're playing 3-4-3 right now. I mean, I'm behind you guys, but they're playing 3-4-3 when they don't have the ball. But that just seems to be what they morph into when they get it. Because Willian is moving central a lot. I mean, I've noticed that in this short 15 minutes of match. I just saw the shot. I'm that far behind you.
Blimey. I think if the club is smart, they'd bin Willian in the next window or the summer. It's right. Sorry, mate, it hasn't worked out. See you later.
Well, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just thinking he's got a manager in Pellegrini who likes him. Send him on. I mean, think about it. If they'll take his wages and give you £1 million, you've made a profit.
Why is Tierney down? Tierney's just on the floor. Not even on the pitch.
What happened there?
Yeah, I don't see him right now, and I'm way behind you.
They pushed him in the back. The yellow card, surely.
Can do with him having an off day today.
There he is. Get him the ball. Oh. He's usually so good at those. Like the one.
Oh, down, man. Buy the free kick there.
How does he come away with the ball? Yeah, Raf, you should have seen our show last night. It was really fun.
I'll look for it. I mean, I was excited by it. Just had too many things to do. Just gotta last minute project dropped in my lap in the morning, so I had to spend my afternoon taking care of that. So
it was not very serious at all.
But I think that's the tone people want. It's fun. You're at the bar, right? You're at the bar.
Yeah, that's true.
That's I think that's spot on. So here we go. Come on, Eddie, get up.
What's our bench looking like today?
Got Lacazette, Willock, Martinelli.
Martinelli.
Yeah. I remember who's on the bench. Actually.
Has Bellerin been sent back down?
Yeah, Balogun's not in the squad. I think we've got Smith Rowe on the bench, Mustafi, Kolasinac, Cedric, and Bellerin.
Okay.
And the goalkeeper.
Oh.
I'm not being funny. The club need to start putting Balogun on the bench at least, because if you're openly doing contract negotiations with him, you dangled that carrot in front of him. Otherwise, he's just going to go.
I 100%.
Sam, I'm not sure if you saw that, but David Luiz telling everyone get up the pitch.
Yeah.
When that's coming from David Luiz, you know what I mean?
Leader. How is that not a free kick?
Yeah.
And I can see what he's saying. They're sagging back. They're all not even at midfield. They're way in they're in their own third. They're just conceding. They're just inviting Everton to come in.
Win that, Tierney.
Got a go. Well done.
Willian is useless, man. Honestly, there's so many times where he could have nicked the ball back and he just hasn't.
I think the club are extremely baffled as to his form. Like, I don't take Edu's comments on him having to adapt seriously.
Oh no, he's been in the Prem forever.
Yeah, it's purely down to the player's desire, and I don't think he's got the desire to succeed here, to be honest.
All right,
In some cases, I get what he has to adapt to. But it's like, well, you're 32 years old. Surely you know how to play football.
Mm.
You're an international. You've played for lots of managers. You're at Chelsea, which they're successful, but they change managers almost every other year. So you're not going to be surprised by anything at this point in your career.
Well, Richarlison versus Pepe in a 1v1. That's good. Where's Maitland-Niles? Well, Pepe playing a right wing back at the moment.
You honestly cannot make that up.
Is that going off from Holden?
Yep.
Gosh, you're that much farther ahead of me, Lee. Jesus. Oh, well, I know it's I know it's coming, but I'm still about 20 seconds away from it. So,
What are you doing, you absolute knob?
yeah, I can tell. Here it comes.
Fuck me.
And then he has the cheek to blame someone else.
Oh, dear God. That was a terrible cross. Behind him. Ugh. Just not good enough. quick. Just one end to end in 10 seconds.
When you luck out, your luck's really out.
Opposition. Yeah, I was just about to say, we never get that lucky in an opposition penalty area.
No.
Ever. Not this year. Not at all.
Have we even had a shot yet?
Nope.
No, that's
Don't think we've
common
had the ball in our box, have we?
for the first half. No. We worked it down the sides a couple of times. We haven't been able to put a ball in the box to a target yet. Where's the spark? Looking at the bench. Martinelli for 15 minutes, 20 minutes. What do you do?
Even Mustafi's on the bench pissed. Like, even he's pissed. I would be pissed if I was him too. You see Rob Holding playing every week.
Mustafi. Yeah, but I think once Mustafi made it clear... I know why
Mustafi's not playing though.
Once he made it clear he wasn't going to sign an extension so they could raise his value. Basically, he made it clear that I'm leaving. I mean, I think they decided, well, why risk you getting injured? You got injured last time. You're done.
Look how slow this is, man. We're 1-0 down and they're passing at the back like we're 4-0 up.
Happens far too often, and it's something I've said needs to change. Go on. Take your time, you
take a touch.
Prick. Fuck me.
I had so much time. Literally, look, take a touch.
Take a touch, bend it round Michael Keane. Don't need why is he trying to slice through that for?
Ceballos. Take him on, take him on, take him on, take him on. That's it. Asking for options is nothing.
Cut it back.
Oh, there it is. Yeah. Come on.
As I was saying, getting down there right is probably our best option.
He could have taken 2 touches and just walked it right in. Picked his corner and blasted it through. Well, he's getting his chance. I'll say that.
Oh, you're so fucking slow on the ball, Ceballos. Should have crossed that about 3 seconds before.
That is a terrible first touch. Terrible.
Who are you referring to there?
Ceballos.
Oh. It's not even a corner.
Does Real have anybody that they're alone and you can swap him back and say, give us just give him that guy for the next few months?
This guy.
Asensio.
Because I'd send Danny back and say, okay, who you got? It hasn't worked out.
I mean, if we don't want Ceballos in the way we are, they're not going to want Ceballos either.
No, but they can probably find Betis would probably take him on.
How have we gone this far back from our own corner?
Happens every time, man. I do think the switch of play is on every time, though. Why does Pepe look high every time I see him? It looks like he's just smoked a fat one before that.
Oh, yes, I see what you mean. Touch of a baby hippo.
That's one of the best analogies I've ever. Oh, go on.
It's supposed to be a Spanish international. Come on.
How have you just? Christ, here we go. Yeah, let's just hoof it up to Eddie Nketiah, who's going to be marshalled every time. Jesus Christ.
Ugh.
Like how is Iwobi of all people just strolling through our midfielders?
Is that terrible?
I'm not being funny. If I'm Arteta, I'm going into that half-time team talk and just straight up facing up to them, going, "Are you like trying to get me sacked or something?"
I do think that's a question he needs to ask them. It looks like they're playing like it anyway.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Fucking hell! This is so bad.
Worst thing is, these are international standard players. They've all had caps for their countries, except for Eddie.
I've seen better Sunday League players, to be honest. The way that these lot are playing. Like, look at that. Like, what passes David Luiz got there? Because everybody's just disappeared away from him.
No one out.
Ref. Typical.
Now hold him 1v1. They get absolutely melted. Eddie, man, you have to be stronger. I think we've had more red cards and own goals combined than goals scored this season.
Mm-hmm.
I think so.
Take him on, Pepe. Ainsley. That's a penalty, surely. Come on. Who's taking it then?
Pepe, it's got to be Pepe, surely.
I'd give it to Ainsley.
True. Well, see how he is after this.
I mean, imagine this is a dive. I'd be fuming. No.
No, that's a stone wall.
Oh, he's absolutely whacked him one. Look at Ceballos. Ceballos' reaction is the best.
Hey! I love if Ainsley, when he was rolling around on the floor, just looked up and gave him a dirty smile, like.
Oh,
Still on the floor.
Did he just ask, is it a penalty?
Yeah. Oh, Pepe's told him, "You're not taking it, mate. I am." Nico, you need to score this, mate.
he needs to. I mean, that was one of his calling cards coming out of Lille's, that he was a penalty machine.
Oh, I can't watch this. I'm taking my earphones out because I know Sam will hear it before me.
I'm just looking for Sam's reaction. Oh yeah, that's a penalty.
Gets in there.
Ow! That did look painful. He knew it too. The defender knew it too. Davey.
That is a great pen.
Look at the people behind the goal.
Was that a pen? I see what you're saying. Was that a pen? Yes, and you're not going to take it. Pepe's got the balls like it's mine. Okay, it's mine. And of the people on the pitch, he absolutely should be the one taking this.
Did we just let Calvert-Lewin bring that down?
Taker better than Aubameyang, and Aubameyang has gotten a lot better under Arteta taking pens. Now I get the joy. Here we go.
Suddenly you've got a spring in the step. Look what Willian's doing. He's chasing players down.
Like, what?
Nice. Cold-blooded.
I've not seen Willian move that quickly since he turned around from Spurs.
All right,
I can't believe he sat up and asked if it was a penalty.
He's not used to being there. Let's just put it that way. They have a lifeline. Oh my gosh. Come on, guys.
What is this?
Oh my gosh.
No, you said we had a spring in our step. That was short-lived, wasn't it?
Yep. Can't believe we actually got a penalty. It's like the first one we've had this season, isn't it?
Scotland announced travel ban with the rest of the UK and curbs to Christmas mixing. Yeah, good luck with that. So look at David Luiz. He's still screaming at people for options. Like people are just hiding. And I don't know what Ceballos is doing there. Like he's literally come within about 2 feet of David Luiz. What's he going to do there? Like you need to pull out either way. It's not fucking rocket science. Oh, come on, Jordan. You're time wasting already. Jesus Christ. Rob. Why was I expecting Rob Holding to get there, considering he's got like a fucking tank? Oh my God. Well done, Kieran. Had to do it because El Neni is useless. Look at El Neni here. Like, honestly. What's the bet in this goes top bins by Sigurdsson?
I hate when Maitland-Niles does this.
If I was him, I'd go away a bit as well because he is literally going to get jumped on.
He's going to put this in the top corner.
Kieran.
Christ, El Neni, what are you doing, mate? Oh. What's with our players' inability to challenge? Go on, Kieran. Give it a Tierney, you dick. Oh, you're useless. That's not a foul. That's a red.
I'm so confused what that was.
Just shout a red every time. That's a red, ref. I don't understand how the first one's not a foul. Oh, okay.
That one is a foul.
That's a possible red as well. It's a stamp.
What was Niles doing on that free kick?
Just blocking the low shot.
It's like the Russians at Stalingrad. If you retreat, I'm going to shoot you.
Yeah.
Keeping the back line from backing up.
For some reason, I don't know who was the first team to do it, but ever since they've done it, everybody does it now.
Inter Milan, I think Brozovic did it against Barcelona.
Rob Holding is literally the easiest defender to roll every time. Again, asking for a pass is just not happening.
Midfielder hiding. We say it every week. The only player that ever came to collect the ball was Partey. The defense must have had like a heart attack in his first game.
Help! I'm not used to this.
Yeah. It's a good ball. And then Ainsley goes back.
Passing backwards. Christ alive. That's a good ball. Do something.
Oh, lucky.
See,
I was unlucky, to be fair.
Football isn't complicated. Simple passes like that will get you a chance on goal.
I can't believe I'm watching Willian close the ball down.
Well, let's be fair. It wasn't really closing down, was it? It's like a half-assed effort. And now we're exposed on the wing because he's nowhere to be seen.
What
Great
save?
save.
In the Emery zone.
That's a really, really good save.
He does that for us so often.
Why Ceballos on like Richarlison? Oh my god! We can't defend. They're all fucking shit.
Oh, fucking hurry up, you knob. Fucking fuck about with all your celebration. Who's marking him? Pepe. Why isn't one of our centre backs picking him up? Like, honestly, that is stupid fucking marking. Right at half time as well.
Right at the halftime. Yes.
I hate this zonal marking at corners. So you get your attackers to mark the defenders to stop them having a free run. And you have your best headers of the ball in zones. It's stupid.
Rob, do you want to actually make a pass? Jesus. Hospital ball. That's a great little clip. If he can be asked to make an effort.
30 seconds from an escape. Not just club.
I'm literally running out of words for these. These lot.
I don't even know what to say.
No.
It's the same thing every week. Poor defending, poor options.
Hiding.
Visible midfield. What else can we tell you?
Seems to be the same old thing happen week in, week out, unfortunately.
It's the same old people. I mean, comes to that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if they'd gone in 1-1, you could have said, well, you know, we've got some offensive options. You've got Martinelli for the last quarter of the match. And, well, you might have to do that anyway. You're chasing a goal. So
we literally cannot lose this game today. Literally cannot lose this game because teams in and around us got games in hand over us. But as I go back to the point earlier, Arteta really has to ask these players, who's fighting for me? Who's playing for me? Because, boy, some of them ain't.
It's just the basics. Not closing down a corner, a free, a cross, not getting in front of the ball quick enough, and then from a corner. It's just the basics of football, isn't it? And they're not doing it.
It baffles me. Like, we've got a set piece specialist. We have been so strong at them, but how are we letting a 6'7" fella having a free run at a header, at a corner? And it's right on half time. It's so depressing because you get in at 1-1 and you just think, okay, maybe these players will actually attempt to fucking go and get the win. Now you need to go and score 2 goals for a side that's not scoring.
all right, you need a goal. You have some firepower on the bench. Where do you start? First off, do you make any moves at the halftime? It's not his way. He's probably not going to do it.
Willian needs to get off the pitch. We're essentially playing with 10 men with him on.
Who do you put on the wing? Martinelli?
Martinelli.
Is he ready for 45?
Smith Rowe.
I'd put in both of them, but I'd put in Smith Rowe for one of our midfielders. Figure he can't be, even he's experienced, can't be any more invisible than what we've seen this out for those two.
I just think, I know Ryan will severely disagree with me here, but we need to put Martinelli on because he's just sheer determination should wake other players up, but obviously him coming off his injury, it's not something that we want to risk.
How quickly do you think of putting him on? 60th minute?
No, now.
70th minute? Or right now?
Yeah. Willian off, Martinelli on. Just watching the breakdown of this first goal, what they've highlighted is everything that's wrong with Arsenal right now. Ainsley and Pepe at the back stick, ball watching, Willian not getting back into position. It's just the players are passing the responsibility on. They're not taking accountability on that pitch. They're really not. But this is the worst I've ever seen Arsenal in my lifetime by a clear country mile. And it's so disheartening. Like, I don't understand why isn't David Luiz marking Yerry Mina? We all know they're going to go for the near post. It happens every week with them. It's a near post, either a flick at goal or to pass it back on. And you know, it's basics. It really is fucking basics with this team. Honestly, like this is an Arsenal attacking stats in the Premier League since the October international break. 3 goals, 20th. 27 shots on target, 19th. 35% shot accuracy, 20th. 2.9 shot conversion rate, 20th. That's the reality of where we are right now. And I was having a conversation midweek. We rely too heavily on Aubameyang for goals. We've got no goal threat in midfield. Our wingers, barring Pepe, don't look interested. The whole thing's just
here's a question.
Just nuts.
We had this. I remember us talking about this in the spring, right after Arteta came on. We talked about this in the summer, and we need to talk about it right now because it was a problem. It was a real problem, even when they were making their cup run. But how many goals have they scored from midfield this year? Have they scored one from their midfield? One. I don't think they have.
I
Ceballos doesn't have any. Xhaka doesn't have any. El Neni doesn't have any. I mean,
No.
he scored one in Europa League, but in the Prem, I don't think we have a goal from midfield.
No, I don't actually think we do. And that last year we never. This year we haven't. It's very, very disheartening, and the thing for me is like we all want Arteta to succeed here, but again, it's these players not living up to what they should do. Will get him sacked because they don't want to become great. They're happy in mediocrity, and they'll never get to that level of greatness because they just haven't got the mentality for it. And at this rate, if I was Arteta, I'd be saying to Stan and Josh Kroenke, look, you need to give me 300 odd million in this window, otherwise we're fucked.
It's just depressing. Because we said under Emery we needed a goal scoring midfielder.
Still don't have one.
We haven't had one since Ramsey. But in his last season at Arsenal, he was more injured than he wasn't. So we needed one before that season. I think the problem with this squad is there's too many issues to fix in one window.
True.
So So they put certain issues on the back burner. Like this summer, it was we need we need to strengthen the spine. So they got Gabriel and Partey. But because Atletico messed us around so much, we literally waited until the last day to activate him. So we didn't, I say couldn't and didn't. We did have enough time to get another player in, but when all your attention is on one player, and it's hard to do 2 deals at once, especially those deals. But I think goal scoring midfield is just as important as increasing the strength in the spine of the team. Because even now we look spineless.
Well, neither one of those players is on the pitch. That's part of the problem.
That's true.
They're both on. Well, one is injured, the other one's on a red card. So,
and another problem is it's Arteta as well. He keeps picking the same players. They're not improving, yet you're still picking them. The only way you're going to send a message to these players if you drop them out of the squad completely. They're not going to improve their performances if they still start every week. Willian, he got dropped last weekend, or the last game against Southampton, but he's back in the team today. You literally could have played Reece Nelson, Smith Rowe on the wing, any one of these players instead of him. You could have changed the formation to fit Saka on the left wing. But no, you please still play Willian. Still play Ceballos, even though he drops 2 out of 10 performances every single game.
That's
I can't even back Arteta on that because it's solely his fault for picking these players. You're not going to get an improvement from them.
I would actually be tempted to play the under-23 side, to be perfectly honest, with the majority of this shit that's on the pitch. Very telling tweet by Charles Watts. Not sure I've ever watched a player before and thought he simply isn't trying until tonight. Willian should not be coming out for the second half.
He is
right. He don't look like he's trying. He secured the bag for another 3 years, and he's gone. Oh, sorry, I down tools effectively.
I'd rather watch Strictly Come Dancing.
Watch your Bake Off.
Yeah, watch MasterChef.
You'd learn something, right?
I'm not being funny. I still struggle how El Neni and Dani Ceballos have not got any sort of chemistry on this pitch. They play and train with each other 24/7. Like, how can they not know what movements? Like, the movement should be ingrained into people's heads. Oh, it's so and so. I know exactly where he's going to be. But no.
Does Arteta have the right people around him? That's another question. Are these people qualified enough to help Arteta in picking the right team and getting the best out of these players? Because at the moment, Arteta has the right ideas, but
he does not have the people. It's not even close. That's clear.
Willian is still on the pitch.
Unbelievable.
This whole battling for a point on Wednesday night goes out the window if we don't get anything here.
Mm-hmm.
It does really show how bad we are without Gabriel and Partey, like incredibly. Even Charles Watts said, I haven't seen a player and thought he's not trying for today's the first time when he thought out of Willian. And that says something when Charles Watts is blaming a player.
It really is. So obviously, as journalists,
Like that with Ed. Sorry, that's really annoying me because Eddie's come short to get the ball, and he's taking it back to where it's come from.
Mm.
Why come short for it if you're just going to pass it back to him?
Like, what is Tobias doing the overlapping run there? Like, what you centre midfield, not a fucking winger. Like, you've got 2 players down there already. Like, what are you doing?
It just takes the space of Maitland-Niles away.
Yeah.
He's still out there. At least if you're out there, put a decent ball in. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, here we go.
Do you think Arteta's ego is getting in the way?
No.
I don't know.
I think that he's trying to play the players through this bad spell of form, which again, as fans, we can question it. But no, I don't think his ego is getting in the way because obviously he wants to be successful here, and it's very.
Why
evident.
is he? Holding just fucks me off, man.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, like, why are you so tight to the player? Catch it, Leno. Willian, bruv, make a run.
Even Leno's telling the midfield, the defence to get out. What are you doing there? Get up the fucking pit. Oh, so fucking infuriating.
And then he actually made himself available.
Oh, sideways passing. Haven't seen that before.
That's a great ball into the corner, isn't it, Holding, you fucking idiot?
Like, honestly. Oh.
Eddie bottles every fucking challenge I've ever seen.
Not surprised.
I would sell Eddie. I used to be I say used to. I still am a big fan of his, but it's just not going to get any better.
Nope.
That's a great ball.
Terrible. That's a corner.
So Richarlison does that every single game.
Mm.
Where's it down? Nice. I don't think Eddie understands how to play football, to be honest. Because what in God's name was that pass?
That is not a foul.
Pass it then. Fucking take 5 years to pass.
Willian should be demanding that ball there, but he doesn't. What a surprise.
Well, Louise, on your own.
Backwards. Shock.
I mean, he had nowhere to go there, to be fair. What is Willian doing? He's running away from the ball. Look.
Should be demanding that ball in between the lines there.
Good. Well, send him.
Great ball.
Why have you done that then?
You get him off.
Literally don't need to do that. Eddie and Ketia, bro. The only reason I like Eddie playing is because he actually does more than Lacazette.
Yeah, he runs in behind, but I've said it for a couple of weeks now. Bellerin needs to start ahead of Lacazette and Eddie. Quite frankly, because he'll then sign the contract. He offers a lot more than both,
and he can see it too, that he's better than these guys.
Probably why he wants to leave.
We've got a lot of mediocrity blocking good youngsters' paths. See, look at where Ceballos is. Like, he's vacated the middle of midfield yet again.
Why is Willian at left back? Right. Do something.
No one. Literally nobody.
Started to think David Luiz and Willian are undercover agents.
They might be.
Ceballos. Make a oh my God, you're
That's it. Why didn't you pass it one more time? Greedy.
Get.
That was very greedy from Saka. He could have played that across.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if I'm Saka, to be fair, in that position, I don't trust anyone else.
No.
I'm certain Saka gets kicked on his ankle every game as well.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, play it short. Why am I not surprised? Oh, you're taking the piss.
What? Oh, for Christ's sake. Again, luck.
Go on, Nico. Eddie just seems so flimsy. Raf, you'll see it in a second.
Mm-hmm. The balsa wood striker.
Oh, well done.
Nobody offering any runs. A terrible ball. What is that, mate? Don't blame anybody else, Dad. That is completely on you there.
When your luck's out, your luck is out. I've taken 3 deflections and hit the post. I didn't even know Decore was playing until this end. Zoom on the screen. But genuinely.
Yeah. and that's what Louis said. He put his hands up like, what do I need to do?
Yeah, that was ridiculous. Give him an option.
An out ball. You need to start making thinking about some subs now because it's getting beyond a joke.
Willian needs to come off, and I don't want to, but I think it's time for Martinelli. But we need to save our season, and he's the only one that has the impetus and the
drive,
energy, the hunger. These players are not hungry
because they're eating well, aren't they, Raf? They're earning £200 a week. They're doing nothing.
They sleep very well. Their bank accounts are very well.
Turn and run. Turn and run with it. That's better. Oh, Tierney. Decent ball. On a Saka.
Like, what is he supposed to do with that ball there? Like,
It's better. It's better. It's better. That's better.
good.
Oh, the cross.
Oh, Pepe, you've got to get in there. Have to get in there.
He needs to be at the back post. No foul. No foul. So you foul him. You
stupid.
I'm sure I see better defending in League Two than what Rob Holding gives us. You know what the subs are going to be, right?
Yep.
Lacazette.
Lacazette for Eddie and like Willock for El Nene or Ceballos. That's what's going to happen. Tierney, you've heard us moan about bloody these lot passing backwards for the last 10 minutes. And then he goes and does it.
Come on, Willian.
Do something, El Nene.
Out wide. Take him on. Take the ball with you, you fucking melon.
One of you.
God, I'm so far behind.
That's a foul.
Like 90 seconds. Twice as long.
Yeah, pick him up, Ainsley. Fucking just lying on the floor like a little bitch. I'm fed up with Ceballos, man. He gets fouled and he's literally on the floor for like 5 minutes.
Honestly, it wasn't even a foul. He's literally kicked Richarlison there.
Why is Willian over this with Saka? Why is Pepe not on it? No one in that box makes me believe they're going to win a header.
David Luiz, maybe.
Not like that, anyway.
No, definitely not like that. Fucking hell.
Saka's final ball has taken a downturn a tail. Is he shooting?
Yep.
Was he actually? I know he's only 18, but surely you know that isn't the right move. They're just playing around us. It's just it's a joke. Willian needs to be helping there.
Yeah. Rob Holding second to it and under it as per usual. That's not a foul. He's backed into him. How is that a foul?
How are you supposed to jump? Like, is there any of our subs warming up?
Yeah, Bellerin, Cedric.
Oh, that fills me with so much confidence. Someone's just put on Twitter, we're all over them, so you know what that means. Someone's about to be sent off.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's Willian. I dread to think what this score would have been if Alan and Rodriguez was playing.
Oh, don't. Honestly.
Well done, Eddie. Well played. Well played, Eddie. That was better. I'll give it to Willian to take it. He's going to pass it backwards.
Sideways. Nobody in the middle of the pitch. Backwards. Sideways.
Took a picture of that with a illustration. Go on, out wide right, wide right. No, look at Ainsley. Look at Ainsley. Miles. Is he like? Oh, well played. Oh, lucky. Do you think Ainsley like merged into the stadium now?
Come on, Ainsley. You can't let Ben Goff just take him down. Not there.
Jesus Christ. Can't believe Godfrey actually outpaced Ainsley Maitland-Niles.
I know.
Done, Eddie. There's got to be a change now, surely.
Has to be. If we let this game go on any further, it's going to get away from us.
Someone's coming on. Looks like Willock. I don't know who that would be for.
Ceballos.
Maybe Saka.
Ceballos.
Unless we change formation. Play him in the number 10.
Bit of waste, to be honest.
Although he did say in an interview with Ian Wright that he prefers playing as a central midfielder more than a number 10.
Look how far away Ceballos is from Sigurdsson. Sigurdsson isn't even the fastest of players, yet Ceballos is not. Oh my God. Rob Holding.
Well done, Kieran. Rob Holding is terrible. He's the worst defender I've seen playing for Arsenal.
That includes people like Pascal Segan, for Christ's sake.
Sylvester,
Yeah.
worse than them.
Scolacci.
Dear God. And that's the problem. There's so many players on the pitch right now who are not Arsenal class.
Who came off? El Nene.
I wouldn't be slapping his hand up like you've been shit.
Willock for El Neni, is that what we got?
Yep. Ceballos, you fucking useless twat. What is William doing there? Like, honestly, what is he doing? Pointing to Saka to go with the player when he's actually there jockeying.
Surely it's time for Martinelli. It has to be. Ainsley. Fuck me. I don't understand why Everton fans are on their feet. They're playing a relegation side at home. I do think we're in a relegation battle now. We need to just survive the season. Because our upcoming fixtures are ridiculous. We're playing Chelsea away as well, aren't we?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I'm pretty certain no right back at Arsenal can take a throw in.
What's William? William is the guy that you can mark and not even break a sweat. Like, honestly. It's a good ball.
It's just so obvious what you're going to do, Nicholas.
How's that a goal kick?
Because Ben Godfrey kicked it against him. Stop cutting on and inside. Like, it's so obvious what you're going to do. This is nearly the 70th minute. Surely, that
How is Rob Holding
we need
so out of position there?
no idea.
Don't give up. Eddie needs to come off now. I'm sorry, but no.
But then,
no.
do you bring Lacazette on?
Yeah. As much as I hate to say it, yeah, you do. Oh, again, running down blind alleys. I swear Willian has got an invasion of passing to our youth. Next two substitutions need to be Smith Rowe and Martinelli.
I'm fed up with Ceballos on the pitch.
Mm-hmm.
That's half the squad.
That's how bad it is, though.
No, I'm looking at this as like, this is where you really need the 5 substitutions, because making a list is like, who just doesn't belong on the pitch today? Holding, Willian, Ceballos, El Neni, and Ketia. That's half the squad, and you can only sub 3 of them. And so far, he's only sub 1.
Is there the 5 subs still not been?
No, it came up again, and it was voted down.
Because we have 9 players on the bench.
Yeah, I think the concussion one is if you make all your subs and somebody goes down with a head injury and concussed and that, you can then bring on the 4th.
Something's got to change.
Lost. Rob Holding has lost every single header. Well done, NZ.
Backwards.
Now go with it. Go with it. Run with it. Even Saka doesn't want to progress the ball because he knows what's going to happen. He's going to run into 4 players and no one wants to give him an option.
There's no accountability on this pitch. Absolutely none.
Well, that's better. Oh, Willock. Surely you have the right boots on. I can slip in.
No.
Oi! Look who's coming on.
Yes.
Gabby?
Has to.
This is where he got injured last season, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I thought he got injured in training.
No, he got a hamstring problem before, at the start of the year. It's like under Lundberg.
Well done, Pepe.
No, he got to start here, right? Last year.
Yeah. Lundberg played the kids here last year. Got a 0-0 draw. Smith Rowe started.
That's a foul.
Started. I wonder who's going to come off.
If it's
Either Willian should come off.
If it's not him, I'm rioting.
I mean, Eddie should also come off, but Willian needs to come off more.
That's not a foul.
Oh. God, I'm way behind you guys. like way behind.
Pepe. He's taking Pepe off.
Are you kidding? He's going to leave Willian on.
He needs to go. I'm sorry, Arteta, bro. Your substitutions are questionable.
So he's going to put Willian on the left and Martinelli on the right?
No idea. No. Don't know. Honestly, don't know.
Put Martinelli on the left.
That's his side. Better side.
And instantly, they're pressing.
Tom is absolutely right. He's kept our two shittiest players on. Although it's a target-rich environment right now.
I'm off it.
How's
Leno literally has no options with a fast throw-in.
No.
Is Saka on the right?
Yep.
So
Changing
confused.
formations.
Yeah, Willian's gone into the number 10.
10, yeah.
So Martinelli on the left, Saka on the right, and Ketty up on top.
Willian in 10.
Surely, our most deadly partnership last season was Saka and Martinelli on the left.
Yeah, but
And
you
he's
don't
not.
take... Do you then put Tierney in as a third centre-back?
Well, that's what he was playing as earlier.
And this, what is Ceballos doing? He should be the one demanding that ball, because then he can go in the half space and turn. No responsibility, none. And we've got David Luiz, like.
Better. Not great, but better. Send him. Oh, I'm fed up his fucking little pirouettes. Give it to him. You're fucking useless, man.
I think Cold Albert's just told Arteta to calm down and start having a go at the players. That's a very chilling shot for stat for Willian. One shot on target in the last 11.
Oh, God.
Last 11 matches?
Yeah, Premier League games.
Yeah, there's a guy who's just taking the money. That's a stat of a guy who's just taking the money. He's already started his retirement.
Mm-hmm.
Does Willian have a clause in his contract where it says if he doesn't play a certain amount of 90 minutes, he gets fucking paid extra?
God knows.
He must have. Because there's no reasoning to him staying on the pitch today. Come on. Fucking hell. Did you see that pass from Holding?
You still got one substitution left, Mikel.
Well, that's going to be Lacazette coming on right now.
I mean,
Willian's going to get 90 minutes today.
What is that, Ceballos? Like, honestly, what is that? Number 30 would be Eddie, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
So Pepe and El Neni have been subbed out.
I don't.
So, God,
don't
Lord.
I really
Bella's
don't
humor at this
understand.
point. Ugh. Come on, Willock. Here he comes. Yay.
Free header for Michael Keane in the centre of the box. He might have been offside, but
no, he would have been on. Rob Holding dropped.
So Holding, Willian, and Ceballos get 90 minutes today.
It's laughable, that in itself.
As I said, I think they have clauses in their contract.
Well, who gave those contracts out?
Huss Farmy. No longer at the club.
Send him. Spell.
Oh,
better ball than that, and Martinelli scores.
Yeah. But just look at his hunger and desire to get into the box. Saw none of that from Willian.
Got 12 minutes to pull their fingers out. Why is Rob Holding taking the ball into midfield?
Again, what is anybody supposed to do with that ball? Terrible.
Come on, man, hurry up.
Right, that's a head injury, ref. Somebody just take him out, please.
Oh my God, good Lord. You got Martinelli marking Richarlison at a corner. Are you sure? And Ainsley marking Yerry Mina. I mean, Ainsley is probably the tallest in the team, to be honest. Saka marking Calvert-Lewin. Willock marking Michael Keane. I wouldn't be surprised if they score from this. Oh, fucking hell.
Literally, our centre backs get nowhere near the delivery every single time.
I'll just get on with it, man. Fucking talking to him.
If you're not going to book him, if I was Danny Ceballos, I'd just fall over as soon as that ball's played. There you go.
Bring on another defender.
Standard.
Ceballos is actually in the middle of the pitch.
But not wanting the ball.
But Lacazette.
No way. Go down. Go down.
Well done, Lacazette. Lacazette actually doing some good work there.
Makes a change, doesn't it? I don't advocate diving, but if I'm Arsenal there and if I'm Lacazette there, I'm going down. As soon as I get any little touch on me, I'm going down. Make the ref make that decision. What is with our players' inability to pick up a flight of a ball? Like every header that we go up we're always underneath it. Or like Williams stopping instead of actually pressing the fucking person. Jesus. Back. Shock. Give it
Since
to
we started,
Ceballos.
since we started doing these watch longs, we haven't won a game. Maybe we should stop.
It's all our fault, huh?
Yeah. Needed one of them to take that.
Mm-hmm.
Get there, Ainsley. Well played.
What? Why, when we went back, Saka then decided to run away from the ball? It's just give an option.
Just too congested in there for that.
Uh-huh.
Oh, Jesus.
It's got to go out to Saka, surely. Danny take an ace at Ceballos. Ceballos should want this again.
That's it. Saka now. Saka. Yes. Handball. I'm just calling everything now.
Mm.
First time I've seen Arsenal player make a proper throw in it. Pass it.
Oh.
Oh. That was not as close as I thought it was.
No. Opportunity, though.
Jumped too early. But not 10 attempts on goal. How many on target? They've had 2 on target and scored 2. Why am I not surprised? We just need like a dirty win, like a 1-0 sweat win. That's all we need.
Brighton's actually going to be a bloody relegation 6-pointer, isn't it?
Drive with it. Drive. Decent ball.
Go down.
It's so simple to play out against us. Like, it really is.
Mate, yeah. Like Lacazette should be turning around, demanding the ball into feet. Right, play him a 1-2. There you go. What is that, man?
Holding does not give me any confidence when he controls a football.
Nope. Don't shoot. That's not a foul. That is not a foul. How is that a foul? How is that a fucking foul? Get up, you fucking prick.
I don't know where we go from here, boys, because we asked for players to be dropped. They were dropped. It was still the same outcome.
Well, what has he got to lose at this point to play more kids? I mean,
Ruining their confidence and career. Oh, fuck.
I mean, the simple fact is we just have half a squad here who has no business wearing an Arsenal shirt.
You play the kids and then they lose confidence and then they don't want to play anymore.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
I don't understand how he hasn't brought on Smith Rowe today. What does that boy need to do to get a start, honestly? Oh, they're going to time waste into the corner. Really? At this point, I'd just upend one of them.
Got no one up front.
No.
Fucking kicking it long. Got no one there. Fucking all of them are useless, man. All the whole squad are just shit.
Brain dead. 5 minutes added on. Let's go. Terrible ball. Big challenge.
Of course you gave it that way. They both went in for 50-50. Fucking mug. Referees in this league are fucking stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Pulled out of it. Go on, David Luiz, push him off the pitch.
Oh, what a shitty pass. What's happened to Saka?
Can someone at least fucking get over to him and get him running? They've just taken up a good 2 minutes of subs. If that's not added on, I'd be furious.
Hurry your ass off.
It's the 92nd minute, and none of them are pressing the ball.
Not one.
How has he beaten Maitland-Niles to the ball? The issues with Arsenal are more than just an attacking midfielder.
I got my header. I got my lead. I'm going to set it up for you guys.
Nobody wants the ball.
Even David Luiz is like, what the fuck? But we need to score, boys. You know that, right?
No.
Holding actually won a bloody long ball. Behind me.
Check tossing. Come on.
Within.
Sample.
Don't shoot.
It's got a big cross. Terrible. Where's this like zip like in the 90 minutes? Like honestly. Oh, why ain't no one there? Fuck's sake. Go on. Ah.
Why is he shooting? There's no urgency to get anything from this game.
Get out of the way, Danny. Get up. That's handball. That's handball. Ref.
Handball.
Ref.
No. Why is he shooting from there? Kaya back. I don't know what's happened to Saka recently, but he's got so greedy.
Oof.
Well, that's
Fucking
that.
rubbish. Are we doing a illustration after this? Just finished.
We could. Ready for the setup?
Real quick one. Yeah, let's go.
All right. Well, gentlemen,
Well, we're
Here-
still live because obviously
we're live. Okay. Here in the States, there is a phrase that we call cap hell. When a team spends big money, every team has a set amount as you do in the fantasy leagues, and if you give out bad contracts, it eats up your cap. And if you give out too many bad contracts, you get stuck. Players are injured. Players don't care. Players are in decline. And what happens when you're in cap hell is you're stuck, because if you cut a player and you get rid of their contract early, the money that you gave out to them is accelerated in. So there's no quick fix. Now, there's no cap in the Premier League, but Arsenal is in contract hell right now. Just there are too many players on the pitch, and we saw it today again, who just don't deserve to wear an Arsenal shirt. Just players who are week after week get called, subpar performances. We can rattle them off: Holding, Willian, Ceballos, El Nene, and Ketia looks overwhelmed. We've got four big players: Socrates, Mustafi, Kolasinac, and Ozo, who are not even in the lineup. That's contract hell. Where do we go from here? Ryan, I'm going to give you the first kick at this.
Where do we go from here?
They've got to somehow clear some of those names out, because they're blocking any chance of somebody who could turn this around coming in.
Well, getting them out is harder than it sounds.
True.
But unless someone wants to take them in January, they're not going until the summer.
It's a country club. It's as we say it again and again. There's a lack of fight. There's a lack of effort. There's a lack of energy. There's a lack of imagination. There's just a lack, and it's dreadful football. We thought we'd seen it with Emery, but but again, it's the same people that pulled Emery down are pulling Arteta back down after he kind of pumped him up for a short while. They're letting him down. So Arsenal are in contract hell.
Yeah, but as I was saying during the watch along, how long before you start questioning Arteta? Because he's still picking the players. And obviously we're seeing these players not performing. Willian staying on today. What for? He'd literally brought nothing to the game.
But you brought up a second point, though, which is if you flip the script, because we've got so many players on red cards, right? We've got our two best players, arguably. Gabriel's on a red card, and then we've got Thomas Partey is injured. Look at the bench. The only option is to force feed kids, but you said there's a risk in that because you have a player like Martinelli. You're just bringing him back from injury. You have a player like Emile Smith-Rowe. If you rush him too quickly, you can hamper his long-term development. We're in that rock in the hard place position.
Yeah, because obviously if we're playing like we are now, you don't want to hamper the development of these kids, because realistically we'll be pinning our hopes on them saving our season. And the pressure of that and the pressure of playing in the Premier League every week, not easy. And it's just getting worse.
Okay, but Sam, let's talk about this. Ryan, I'll come back to you with the same topic. This was our topic for Tuesday. There's still more pain, it seems. There's still 2 weeks left in this calendar year before the window opens, but it looks like Arsenal's hand is forced. They have to buy in January. There's no way around it. I mean, we talk about the difficulty getting players out, but something's got to change, and it has to change with the lineup. But Sam, further word today, Ligue 1's TV contract has collapsed. There are a lot of clubs who are in danger, many clubs in that league who are in danger of falling apart. There's an opportunity for Arsenal to find players in the window. They're motivated sellers, as we say in all the real estate markets around the world. Motivated sellers. Arsenal, unexpected, but if there's anything to come from COVID, this might be a lifeline.
Yeah. Quite frankly, the club need to be acting on the very, very first day of the window. Get who we want to come in. It has to be done, and it has to be done extremely quickly, because we can't keep floundering through to this type of performance. What I don't understand is you've got all these players in Ligue 1. Yes, some work, some maybe don't work in the case of Pepe. But ultimately, the club needs to be doing its due diligence right now, do all the background checks and whatnot, and get the players in quick. You've got quality in there. Like we could have got Bruno Guimaraes in the summer. That's another name I'd revisit. You've got Icone, you've got Samori from Lille, Bamba, you've got Depay, Aouar. Then there's a couple of young French centre backs. The list is endless, but ultimately, if we are going to be shopping in Ligue 1, we need to do it early, because other clubs are going to be shopping there as well, and they'll quite happily snap up the players.
All right, Ryan, we know the issue, getting players in. So many of these deadwood players that we've talked about are only 6 months out. Their contracts expire in May or June. So we're 6 months away. Do you bite the bullet with 2 or 3 of them just to make space and say, okay, we're going to terminate it. We're going to take some short-term pain, because the relegation word is real. Let's talk about it. That's unthinkable from a financial perspective. You want to rehabilitate the club in the short term. You got to take your pain to make any kind of gain, it seems.
Yeah, but then if you're trying to terminate these players, they have to agree to it. You can only agree do a termination by mutual consent, because if you cancel their contracts, they can take you to court and wrongful dismissal. So unless they agree to it, then it's not going to happen.
So what's the option? Do you just not register them and you continue to pay them through as you are with somebody like Mesut Ozil?
Ultimately, that's the way it's going to have to go, I think. Unless they're like, oh, I want to play football, I want to get into the European squads for the summer, then they're going to have to leave or just not be registered.
So might you see Arsenal cutting some deals, say, take the player, we'll pay half his salary, take him away now?
Yeah.
Is that what we're looking at?
I would hope so, especially with people like Mustafi and Kolasinac. Just pay half of their wages every month or every week and just get rid of them. Just let them go. Because they're not contributing to the team, they're not contributing to the dressing room. Ultimately, they're there for a paycheck, and that's it.
And that it's the culture change, as we talk about it, Sam. And that was what was when Arteta was pulling this club up in the early calendar year of 2020. Everybody talked about how he was a family guy. He was building a new family. He used that word himself. This is a family, and he talked about Arsenal as a family. This family is. They're in total disarray, and they're fighting they're talking behind each other's back, and they're undercutting. And as you know, there's nobody worse at when the fights are in the family. Those are probably the worst ones, but they're happening. It's obvious. We see it.
Yeah, and to be perfectly honest, I think Williams come in, seen that he's not doing well, and potentially could be causing some upset behind the scenes. For me today, that's me done with him. For a player that doesn't look like he's even trying, sorry, can't get behind that. But yeah, the majority of the players behind the scenes are too cliquey with each other. The ones that know that they're going either in January or in the summer, again, disruptive, it's not the whole thing's not good, and it needs to be rectified as soon as.
Or we have one telestration to bring you. Ryan, if you want to put it up.
I forgot I didn't take any photos.
Well, okay. Sam, do you have one? I mean, in some ways, it's better we just walk away from this match, as we have with too many of these matches of late.
Yeah. It's going to be nothing too dissimilar to what I've already spoken about previously. I can just get the thing up. Bear with me 2 seconds.
Sure thing.
That one. Yep, that'll do. Right, so in regards to players hiding, as per usual, going to start with Danny Ceballos here. Danny, to receive this ball, needs to be in this space here. So that gives David Luiz an easy pass in between these two players here. That then in turn turns Lacazette round to here. From there, Tom Davies is going to have to come out to Danny Ceballos. That would then leave Joe Willock free to make a move into this space here. That would be vacated.
Got a 2-on-1 over there, looks like.
Yeah. So again, can play out to the wing with whoever that is. Can't remember at the moment. Saka. Making that run down. That would then in turn probably drop this defender here, Ben Goffrey, back into the penalty spot. So again, if that is the case, Willock can continue to the edge of the box. Saka can continue right the way down to the byline. You've got an opportunity there for a cutback, and then if you're in this space, you can come across, do a low cross, high cross. Lacazette would then be hopefully running into this space. William would probably continue going down to here. And then it just pushes the whole team up as a whole. But far too many times, you look there, I've spoken about Ceballos, hiding.
His hands on his hips, he's just kind of standing.
Yeah, hiding. William, hiding. Lacazette is making an offer down the line, but that's what he should be doing. He should be going there. Lacazette should be occupying in between these two defenders. That's where Lacazette should be doing. So then he's able to drive into the middle. But again, it's far too common with Arsenal, and it's so frustrating that it's to the point of where it's basics. And I'm not being funny. These two all game hid. There was no defining movement to our play to allow other players to play through these two players. They have hid the whole game, and it needs to stop, basically. And if that means not playing them, then terminate Danny Ceballos' loan and try and sell William as soon as possible.
And there you have it. I mean, I don't think there's much else to add. We've said this not just this match, but or even in the last 2 or 3 matches. This is a year-long problem. We can just pile on the statistics, but really it's piling on. Everybody knows this is a dire situation. We're 2 weeks away now. 2 weeks away from the window. I believe it's 2 weeks from today, or 2 weeks from tomorrow. This New Year's, January 1st, and we need, I believe, if we want to sign off, what are we looking for? We talk about this on the pod. What are we looking for in the coming week? There have to be some concrete rumors that Arsenal is approaching players, Arsenal's targeting players, because as you both said, they need to move immediately. This is getting out of hand. Chelsea at the bridge coming up next.
We've got
Doesn't
City
get any
first.
easier.
City in the cup. Sit in the cup first.
City in the cup first. The opponents don't get any easier. And you really can't talk about saving players for that Prem match And what do you prioritize at this point? I mean, that is the FA Cup, or is that the League Cup?
No, that's the Carabao Cup.
The Carabao Cup. I mean, do you prioritize winning some silverware, something that can build up the morale? I mean, I see no point in holding people for a Prem match when this is the kind of bloodless performance we're seeing week in and week out. Or what's your mindset?
I'd just send out all the shitters, to be fair. Send out all the shitters and then play the youth mixed in with the people that are actually half-assed about trying to get a result at the weekend.
All right, Ryan, you get the last word. It's a tough one. Or maybe it's not. Maybe it's just a familiar dark one, but you get the last word.
It's just depressing. Just watching the same thing every week. We say the same thing every episode. Unless we spend 100 million in January, I can't see it improving, unfortunately.
And that's what we'll look for. I mean, this is, it seems that nothing is going to change until the personnel changes. And so we're going to monitor that. We'll be back on Tuesday on the pod to look at new rumors, new possibilities, and see where Arsenal Football Club go from here. All right, thank you. They changed from a Sunday to a Saturday. The results, unfortunately, are the same. For Ryan, for Sam, I'm Raphael. We bid you good evening.